We tend to get very attached to our plan A's. They are the beautiful, detailed blueprints we draft for our lives. The stories we tell ourselves about the future. It's that perfect picture we paint in our minds. We'll go to a good college, meet our soulmate, and get married in our late 20s. We'll buy a charming house with a little garden near a good park. And we'll build a stable, respectable career in a field like financial services. We work hard for a couple of decades, climb the ladder, and then, in our 50s, we'll pivot. We'll use our resources and experience to move into philanthropy, giving back to the world. And eventually, we'll retire to a quiet cottage by the sea, spending our golden years painting, reading, and looking after our visiting grandchildren. It's a life of purpose, security, and grace. Or maybe the dream takes a different shape. We'll become a famous actor. Not for the shallow celebrity, but for the craft. We'll star in a selection of thoughtful, independent dramas that explore the complexities of the human condition, earning critical acclaim and the respect of our peers. In time, as we grow older, we'll gracefully transition behind the camera, moving into production or perhaps mentorship, using our wisdom to guide and nurture the next generation of artists. We'll leave a legacy of meaningful work. These aren't just idle daydreams. We invest in them. We make sacrifices for them. They become the very structure of our identity. And then, life laughs. It doesn't just chuckle. It lets out a full-throated, disruptive, and often cruel laugh. We get cancer. Or our partner does. We get fired in a corporate restructuring. Our decades of loyalty erased by a spreadsheet. We say the wrong thing on social media. A single careless moment that snowballs into a public shaming. We declare bankruptcy after a business we poured our soul into fails. We wake up one day with a persistent ringing in our ears that turns out to be tinnitus. Or our own mind, the one thing we thought we could control, betrays us. And we are diagnosed with bipolar disorder. The reality is, our grip on that perfect life is far more tenuous than we'd ever like to admit. Consider this: there are around 78 major organs in the human body. 78 intricate, biological machines working in concert. And each one of them, at any time, can go spectacularly wrong in hugely fluid and rapid ways. Without any warning at all. But our fragility isn't just internal. We are surrounded by millions of other people, each with their own plan A. And whether we realize it or not, their aspirations are often actively or passively in conflict with our own. They are competing for the same job, the same promotion, the same house in that perfect neighborhood. We are not operating in a vacuum. We are part of a complex, unpredictable human ecosystem. At our very core, we are acutely fragile bundles of nerves and neurons, of hopes and fears, adrift in a sharp-edged, random universe. The chances of something going wrong, of life deviating from the script, are not just high. They are enormous. They are, in fact, the only certainty. It's not a matter of if things will go wrong, but when and how. What we need, therefore, just as much as an education in realizing our dreams, is a robust and compassionate education in creating alternatives. We need to be taught the art of the pivot, the science of resilience. We need robust tutorship in making up Plan Bs. And C's. And D's. What might we do when the first marriage, the one we thought was forever, blows up? When the professional scandal hits and our reputation is in tatters? When our liver packs up? When our eyesight begins to fade? When 3 of our best friends die in the span of a year? These are not hypothetical questions. They are the curriculum of life. The key to navigating this is to fundamentally change our relationship with our plans. We must learn to keep our grasp on all our plan A's tentative and light. Think of it not as ownership, but as a lease. This is the person we're married to for now. And we will cherish and honor this partnership every day we have it. This is the house we're living in at the moment. A place of shelter and memory. But not our final destination. This is our reputation. Our career. Our physical health at this point in time. Nothing is guaranteed. But here is the beautiful, paradoxical truth, fortunately. Nor are our requirements for survival as fixed as we may have believed. We are not brittle creatures who shatter at the first sign of impact. We are creatures of profound, almost miraculous, adaptability. When we truly need to, we can accept the most difficult realities. From this often underused, realistic muscle flows a much underappreciated capacity to take difficult thoughts on board and, crucially, to begin again. We assumed that we'd always have 2 legs to carry us. Now, we're learning the mechanics of a prosthetic and discovering a new kind of strength. We thought we'd always have our voice to express ourselves. Now, we need to type out our intentions on a computer. Finding a new, perhaps more thoughtful, form of communication. We imagined we'd never be single again after finding the one. Now, we're learning to cook for one. Rediscovering our own company and independence. We were so certain they would outlive us. That they would be the ones to mourn us. Now, we find ourselves standing before a room of people, arranging their funeral and trying to make sense of a world without them in it. The only prediction we can truly, unequivocally rely on is that life, with its ceaseless and often stunning ingenuity, will always outrun our finest, most carefully constructed predictions. But this realization is not a cause for despair. It is not a tragedy. It is an invitation. It's an invitation to let go of the rigid, brittle blueprint and to embrace a different kind of life. A life that is defined not by its perfect adherence to a plan, but by its resilience, its creativity, its messy, and its deeply human capacity to heal and begin again. Our lives are not meant to be pristine architectural drawings, hung in a frame and admired from a distance. They are meant to be rich, sprawling tapestries, woven with the bright threads of triumph and joy, but also with the dark, sturdy threads of failure, heartbreak, and loss. It is the contrast that gives the tapestry its depth, its texture, its profound beauty. The real masterpiece of your life isn't the flawless plan A you once dreamed of. The masterpiece is the life you courageously build from the pieces you have left when that plan falls apart. It is found in the quiet strength of the survivor, the boundless creativity of the adapter, and the incredible grace of the person who gets back up one more time than they are knocked down. That is where the art is. That is where true living begins. If these ideas about navigating life's unpredictable journey resonate with you, and you'd like to explore more ways to build resilience, find meaning in the chaos, and celebrate the art of living well, in all its imperfect glory, please consider subscribing to our channel. Join Join our community as we learn to dance with the beautiful, unpredictable rhythm of life.